US dollar firms as inflation data backs Fed hike, yen plunges. US PCE rises in March but at a slower rate. Fed remains on track to raise interest rates next week. Yen drops across the board after BOJ action. Eurozone data mixed, euro trading in choppy session. Singapore, April 28. Reuters. The US dollar rose on Friday after data showed inflation grew in March, though at a slower pace, keeping the Federal Reserve still firmly on track to raise interest rates at next week's monetary policy meeting. The yen, meanwhile, fell across the board after the Bank of Japan said it would maintain ultra-low interest rates as expected and unanimously decided to make no changes to its yield curve control (YCC) policy. The Japanese currency plunged to its lowest since September 2008 against the euro and its weakest level in 7 weeks versus the dollar. The euro was last up 1.5% against the yen at 150. On the week, Europe's single currency rose 1.8%. The dollar, on the other hand, last traded 1.7% higher at 136.235 yen, posting a weekly gain of 1.6%, its best weekly performance since late February. The dollar index, a measure of the greenback's value against 6 major currencies, rose 0.2% to 101.65. Friday's data showed the personal consumption expenditures (PCE) price index edged 0.1% higher in March after rising 0.3% in February. In the 12 months through March, the PCE price index increased 4.2% after climbing 5.1% in February. Excluding the volatile food and energy components, the PCE price index inched up 0.3% after increasing at the same rate in February. The so-called core PCE price index gained 4.6% on a year-on-year basis in March after rising 4.7% in February. The Fed tracks the PCE price indexes for its 2% inflation target. You probably need a much bigger slowing in the growth rate to get the Fed comfortable that it's succeeded in its mission. It's not there yet, said Joseph Lavorna, chief U.S. economist at SMBC Nikko Securities in New York.
Subscribe and like for the latest updates from the Multi News TV.